Hi DMDF, Twin Flames, welcome to this Tarot Love reading. My name's Sophia. So the energy what I was getting was silly games, waiting and healing. So you could be in code healing whilst you're waiting on your person to stop playing these silly games. It's not always like that, check out my playlist, I kind of break it down. I want to say thanks to Melina, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Probably not, and you broke it down as well, because yes, I did have counselling with her tomorrow, because I'm recording this Thursday night to put out for Friday, because I'm just chilling with David and then going to the cinema. So I didn't want to break that and have counselling. I would have done it, but I just thought I'll put it off. So thank you for that. Anyway, so this energy depends on the healing. You can't help others until you help yourself. Now that's that's out there in the world and all that, but still, this is what I'm saying with this community, with me. Let's just stick it to me. People say all this stuff. You can't help other people unless you're healed and love yourself. You can't love, and they're not loving themselves at all. But this is what you're here to do. So I feel this healing, it depends how much healing you're doing. I posted in the Facebook an additional reading and about the Four of Wands, because this year is about commitment and all that kind of thing. The Four of Wands, I love that card because I go into details what it means compared to our celestial galactic starseed lightworker definition of the Four of Wands. It's like the card to me is Pacific because it talks about portals and all that, the Rider-Waite version of it. So it's definitely why we get the 1111. And your person, it's not really seeing those signs. I feel your person is feeling the twin flame signs without knowing it's twin flame signs. I hope that makes sense. And I think I picked that up from the last reading. Like you're the one because there's something different about you, or those kind of things. So let's jump in. The additional reading, like I said, in the Facebook group, you're welcome to join. The links below for the Facebook group. You can all of people who are like me, we're all the same. Everyone is the same up in here, right? All posts so you can see who's us lot in reluctant to start, I feel, with this. Who's us lot in mission, in case you're thinking about it, right? Helping planet Earth, which is what you're here to do. Oh, okay. So what does that mean? This is the abuse, the abandonment, the neglect, the rejection. Some of you don't want to confront it. That's what I'm feeling. Some of you, I just got to say what I'm feeling, was like you've had sexual abuse, and if you confront that, you feel like you're dirty or more like a slutty. That's what I'm picking up. I just got to say what I got to say, right? You feel there's that on you. So that could be, you might feel, if you say to your mum, confront them, oh, I was sexually abused, that's why I'm a nightmare at school, let's just say, right? Which teachers pinpoint ADHD. Now, you're against authority. Well done, you. Pat on the back. And secondly, probably some abuse or abandonment. Anyway, back on track. So the sexual abuse is like you don't tell people subconsciously because you feel that they might have felt, well, you was out there like a slag wearing a short skirt anyway. So fucking what? Something like that I'm picking up already. Hardcore. That's why they choose me. I've got to say what I've got to say. Anyway, so let's jump in. So yes, when I was pulling out this one, the Fool, right, this is about reluctant, I felt, because it was reluctantly coming out. Reluctant to jump into this new beginning. Because the new beginning means you've got to confront this sexual abuse or whatever it is. Like, yeah, my dad did abuse me and make me work in his business, which I had I didn't even want to do, right? Oh, my dad's an accountant, so I'm an accountant. My dad's a dentist, so I'm a dentist. Something like that. Or, that's just a general. That's this. You want to heal, but you don't want to jump into. That's why this, I can't even call it the bullshit it is kind of the bullshit spirituality of just meditation, yoga, acupuncture is that, because it's easy. But to be truly healed, you must confront the past, this abuse that you're holding on to. Why do you think your person emotionally holds back? Because you're emotionally holding back, and you're holding back onto something that needs to be released, right? You need to let go of it now. And people think, oh, I don't want to, because I'm feeling that. I don't want to confront it, don't want to confront it. And I'm like, well, you're dealing with that every day. What do you mean you don't want to confront it? It is you. You're attracting all this negative because of it. So you literally think you're not confronting it. You are. Your life is like that because of it, right? So lack mentality as well. So that's connected with poor way of doing it, easier option. I just got to say how it is. Why do you think 98%, 99% of people are skin? And, you know, there's a massive separation, which are now separating spiritual leaders, which I like that. Thank you very much. Upstairs, right? They're separating us because there's ones like me, and it sounds vain, I don't know how else to say it, that genuinely don't care about the money, right? If I see that you're interested, I'll chuck in my programs and I'll give you a little bit more. Not all of them, because if you get things for free, your program with lack mentality, it's rubbish. If I said to every one of you that's listening, you can have the Twin Flame program or the master program for free, I guarantee you'll read it like a newspaper. You wouldn't study it properly, because free shit is what you think. Free shit. Do you see? That's why I say it. So that's why I charge, right? But I work it out so it's beneficial for everybody. This is about you, that lack mentality, following what others do. Definitely following what other people do, the easier way of healing and not jumping in. But you're not manifesting anything neither. The Lovers, wow. The Lovers and the Two of Cups next to each other. What the arse? I've got to show you what the arse. Look. It's like, it's all right, Sophia. Fuck off. I'm doing my own shit, right? This is the first card, right? You're over here. Right? It's like, I'm doing this. You're not facing the reading, right? She's facing this way. I hope you get what I'm saying here. She's like, oh, I'm going doing my own thing, Sophia. I'll listen to you because you sound all right, right? Even though you swear too much, but never mind, right? I'm going that way, right? Doing my own thing, but I'm listening because you're in the reading. Look what you're avoiding. I was like, what the arse is this? Your back is turned to the Lovers and the Two of Cups. Why? Because you're healing, like I said at the beginning, incorrectly. You can literally wake up, right? And you can meditate for 4 hours a day. Then you can put on some, you know, hippy dippy music, stick some crystals around your neck, then do some stretches / yoga. And I guarantee it ain't doing shit. Right? And you can say 24 hours a day I do that, Sophia. I said, why did Buddha climb the mountain? To get away from the people you're surrounded with who are negative, to think for himself without anyone there to influence him. He didn't say I sat cross-legged in my bedroom with a TV on, right, playing PlayStation, did he? So you're missing out on love because you're choosing to do it the easier way, lack mentality. That's what this is. The Lovers here is like your person is teaching you. Want me to look at that? The Pillar of Mercy. About your external qualities. What you want outside. Internally, externally. That's what he's telling you. Feel, really feel what you're doing. People say to me when I say about crystals, yoga and all that, although, you know, it's true. I can't say it how it is, right? It don't work, right? And people say it's true. I go and buy I remember when all these kids were in the community and they said, get this, I can't remember what it's called. It was a green crystal. It's one of the most expensive ones. And they was like, we brought it. So I've spent 100 quid. It was about that small. And I picked it up and I felt nothing. And they was like, oh, I can't even touch it. It's vibrating and all this. And I bought one. I was like, don't do shit. What you talk, you lot have boosted it all up amongst yourself and it ain't doing nothing, right? Didn't do nothing. It's placebo. It just looks good. I love that. It looks good, right? All that stuff. But it's easy. How easy is that, right? To do a yoga course. That's what this is about. You're turning your back on love. It's having the strength to face this abuse, what you're holding back on, and stop trying to control it and do the real healing. The real healing is what you're trying to control. I always get to the nitty-gritties. I love that about my gift, right? I get to the nitty-gritties. Now, the bad side about me with the gift is that you might not want to hear it, right? I tell you and you might go, no, my guides and know this and whatever. But I'm like, no, I can 100% guarantee this is what you have to do, right? If you're not hearing it or whatever, you're not ready. But this is you holding on to sexual abuse, abandonment, neglect, vulnerabilities, right? And all this kind of shit. And going into the 3D job and thinking that will do it. Money will do it. And that's why your person doesn't, because it's on top of the lovers. That's why you have love that holds back on you. The lovers. Judgment is wake up to what you're doing. You see, this is definitely sexual abuse. See, naked. Right? This is about getting into your masculine. That's why the masculines are in the grave. You get into your masculine and taking action and being strong here and speaking up, right? This is repressed anger inside here. Because all the healing you're doing ain't working. Why ain't it working? You know, I go on YouTube videos and everyone's clapping when Abraham Hicks says, close your eyes and get into the vortex. I'm like, what? Right? Is it just me who's a fucking idiot and don't know what she's on about? Yeah, I'm in the vortex. And they're all clapping, right? I'm like, but I don't see the list of people, all these thousands of views and all that she can say, look, Bob, go tell Bob, tell them the story about how you made £1 million in the vortex, you're with the person of your dreams, you've got that Beverly Hills mansion. I don't hear any of those stories. But everyone is just clapping along with, yeah, you're so amazing, and all laughing at her crappy jokes. I'm sorry, they're quite dry, and all that kind of thing, right? That's this. This is having the strength to come away from it because you're turning your back on the Two of Cups and the love, the lovers. It's making a choice to confront it. Absolutely. When I met my person, I knew I had to go sort out my abuse. 4 Pentacles. I listened to the download, 2 of Cups, me, my higher self. And I wasn't even into that then. I don't even know I was, well, obviously divine and all that. But, you know, I weren't into, you know, this stuff. And I was like, I just knew I had to go and do it. I didn't talk to my sister. I just said, I'm going to sort out my abuse. Soon as I'd done it, next thing, tarot. I've never done so people could cuss me out and say, well, you haven't even done yoga, so you don't even know what it is. I can kind of figure it out that it's fuck all to do with how much hard work I put into it. Thank you very much. Right? I know that. And I damn well know more Reiki than anyone who does Reiki. Some master Reiki teacher, come question me about Reiki, right? So I know it ain't that. Acupuncture, yes, but if you've got blocks inside energetically, the pin that goes into your toe that releases the headache, right, that's correct. I'm not saying that ain't wrong, but if you've got negative within you, how the fuck can that pin prick in the toe get to the head? Don't work, mate. Getting a crystal, you might as well go outside, pick up some dirt. It's the same thing. It's nice. It's from Mother Earth. That's what it is. That's why I like it. Anything from Mother Earth is brilliant, right? But it's not going to heal you, is it? Let's wake up there. Why don't you just pick up some pebbles? What's the difference, right? That's what this is. I'm here to wake you up to making a choice on to love yourself correctly. Like I said, first that card coming out, I said there's a resistance. And you're like, the initial energy, silly games. I'm like, who's playing silly games up in here? Your person playing silly games. Well, so are you, right? So are you. Seven of Cups keeps coming out in my readings. Delusions. So wake up call, right? It's telling you to stand up and get into your masculine and think, all right, can't be doing this anymore. It's not working. It's not working. I'm not saying it doesn't work at all. In fact, I am, which I'm reluctant to do, but I'm going to give it a go. I've suffered from sinuses and anemic, so I have these iron tablets. Now, someone who was in the community recommended I go to these natural people. Now, I've never been pulled to them, but I'm 50% because that person wasn't healed, didn't complete any inner work, and is not in mission, right? And not with their twin flame and all this kind of thing, right? So I'm like, yeah, not sure. I don't take advice of people unless they're on my level. This person had nowhere's done anything to remove the negative to get the download to say it worked. But I am open. So I've booked an appointment. So let's see. But skeptical because they sent me a leaflet and I thought that leaflet's wrong already, right? She sent me stuff. I thought, don't agree with that, right? But I'm open to it. I don't have to necessarily do stuff to know because I listen to the higher people to tell me. Like my job, I read you and I 100% guarantee it's you. Some people call and they say, yes, it's me. How do I know that? I get it from upstairs. You are following this healing but not jumping into it because of lack. Because lack is easy. Poor people is easy. And you think it's hard. I work 18 hours a day in this job all day. 18, you only work 12, Sophia, let's just say. I'm like, yeah, but that's easy, right? Multitasking, saving people's lives, getting rid of this sexual abuse. That's hard, right? It's not about the hours, is it? And that's what you're here for. I'm not lying to myself. A true master teacher will say, stop fucking looking up to me. Be me. Sorry about that. It's Mr. Kwan. I have to leave my phone on because it's the front door. Well, it's the door. I'm in a flat. So he's always forgetting his key. What don't he forget? All right, so let's pull out Alien Oracle. This is the judgment call for love. And I feel they're being hardcore, like me, the planets to make you see. So in a new start will start so that you see, because the judgment card is a reconciliation. So your person's coming back and they're like, don't be foolish and carry on still doing the stupid little healing you was doing before. That's my words converted from the upstairs. They don't talk like that. You know that. They don't talk, actually. That's my point up in here. This is, they're coming back. Your person's coming back, the masculine, mate. So don't be foolish because with love. This is choosing the right, you and yourself, right, to heal this. But you have to love yourself. How can you have this sexual abuse, abandonment and all that? How's that loving yourself? How's Reiki acupuncture and you haven't addressed this sexual abuse? How's that loving yourself if you haven't addressed it? That's what they're saying. Wake up. It's these two. And appreciation. So alchemy, I keep having this one. I've got loads of cards, you can see. Alchemy. This is you. Like I said, you don't want to deal with the... It's like... Because that's quite a scary face to me, right? That guy looking back. And it's like this is what you think is going to be horrific, horrible, traumatic and all that. And I'll be honest, it's not great, right? What you got to deal with when you got to deal with the sexual abuse. But I tell you what, you know it's not great, but still you're holding that not great in you. How's that make sense? So you manifest, alchemy, more crap. I don't want to deal with this crap because I know it's crap. I know it's dark. Well, you just keep hold of that dark then. 4 pentacles. How's that benefiting you? But I want someone to love me. I want my twin flame. Well, how are they if you keep that darkness? That's what this is. Consistent action. Telepathic, that word. Transmissions are beginning between you and your person. So listen out for their words in your dream or imagination state. Someone left a comment in a Facebook group and I forgot. I've got to go through the comments and maybe answer it in my next tarot reading. But someone did leave about dream state. I have a video in my playlist about dream state if you want to know about dream state. But when it comes to your person, when you have dreams about them, dreams is a different, it's an altered verse of reality, really. Some people say take notes. I don't do anything with that. I'm like, listen, matey, to them lot, I live on the 3D. Don't put me anything in there. I want to know in this reality. That's what I do when it comes to my dreams. Like if I have an off with David, which I don't because he's amazing, but anyway, and he'll show up in my dream, right? I'm like, I can think all day, what is he apologizing? Is it that? So I'm like, listen, make David come in my reality. If you've got something to say, like you ask them, like, am I supposed to go to the dentist today, right? If it's a no, give me a sign. They give you a sign, right? So that's why I don't too focus on dream state. But it depends how you see it. Right? I've got a video about that. But don't overthink. That's what people get caught up with, the dreams. And I'm like, that's 5D. We live on 3D, right? You doing the work. You don't care about any of those verses of reality, right? It isn't. It isn't about that. But the telepathic communication, once again, that's skewed between ego. Some people, my person said in my dream, and I'm like, well, we'll get them to do it in your face, right? I can dream all day long of David telling me I'm the one for me, right? Does he say it all the time to me? Not necessarily, right? So this is like the transmissions, but you need to be careful of what you're hearing. Appreciation. Oh, this is about the sexual abuse. Most people appreciate the positives. Hippy dippies. Well, they're not even hippy dippies. Spiritual bullshit, right? What is it? Turn the other cheek. I don't know. Do they talk like that? Turn the other cheek. No, they all like positive thoughts only, right? I see cushions and things with all that. And I'm like, yeah, so you avoid the negative. But, right, most people appreciate the positives, but without the negatives in life, you would not know the positives. I promise you, this is what you're holding on to, this sexual abuse, this abandonment, this neglect, this whatever, which you have suffered, right? Can be transmuted, so that's not even the issue. But if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have your person. Such light comes with such lows. That's how it is. And that's how it is on this planet. You made that contract from 5D, right? Okay, I want to come and heal this planet. Okay, how do you heal this planet? You're going to be a light, right? Higher realms of reality. So you have to match the polarity on this planet, so you have to experience such lows. And you think it's bad. There's people that experience, okay, I'm going to be a murderer, right? You're like, nah, skip that. I'll just do this part here, right? Some people kill up and all this kind of thing, all for bigger purpose to change the planet. I'm not saying that for all murderers, come on now, but I'm just saying. But you chose, where it was like, I have to have such low to live on this planet because I'm so high, because I'm from 5D. So you have to release it. You can't be like, okay, I'm so high like other people, but I'm not done the inner work. I'm loving myself, but I'm avoiding, but I haven't got any love. Massive red flag for me. You're what? You're spiritual leader and you're single, right? Or you're twin flame spiritual advisor and you can't even nail your twin flame. Red flag. But how can you teach what you ain't, right? Love. If you are all whatever that word is, encompassing love, you would attract a partner. Period. Right? So if you can't nail a partner, right? Unless there's some spiritual leaders that are absolutely happy by themselves. Generally, they're older. You know them, the 60, 70-year-olds with, you know, and they're there and they're sitting there with the clothes and stuff. They're quite happy doing that. But the younger generation of it, no, should be with a partner, right? And or married or something like that. Most tarot readers I see, I don't see no bling on it. Do you? Let's see what your person's thinking or feeling. But they still have their opinion. Get rid of this person. Get rid of this person. Oh, right, that's why you're single and unhappy and doing tarot. Right? Judgment. Where is it? Judgment. So all they do is judge. And you lot listen to them because they're pulling cards. You can pull cards. Soulmates can pull cards. Oh, they're so wise. They're so clever because they're pulling cards. Like, yeah, you can do that. Don't mean they're wise and clever, is it? Wisdom is doing, you want to be like, you. Most people, I think, book me bit because David, right? Right? Because I got evidence of what you want. I choose you. You must choose you, right? They're coming back, right? They're coming back. They're choosing you. I run out of fear that you will see the real me. I said this is a fake mask of spiritual bullshit of the easier option. This isn't hard. This is rewarding work. Put it that way. If you're in a job and you think it's hard or you're tired and stuff like that, well, it's not rewarding. That's why people, and they say, oh, you work too hard, you're an entrepreneur, you're making so much money, you don't need to keep working because you already got enough money. They love their job. They get rewards from the job. They feel like they're getting something out of the job. If you hate your job, it's long, you're tired, alarm clock and all these bollocks, then you're not in the right job, right? You're not. Every entity on this planet has it's not like, oh, if everyone went into doing what you was doing, Sophia, then the streets will be dirty because no one will be cleaning the streets. I know this guy called Mickey. He loved his rubbish job. We used to joke with him all the time. He loved it. He used to talk about how he jumped on the side of the that was the days, back in the days. Now I think only one man does the bin, drives the bin and empties the bin. But there used to be one who used to collect the rubbish and put it in the back, and one driver. He used to yap on about it all the time. Well, so you told us that before, right? He loved his job. There's a purpose for I love cleaning, right? I hated the people I clean for. I hated the pressure. Oh, you got to do it so quick. Oh, but I love cleaning. Do you see what I mean? There's a job for everybody. So it's not about that. There's a bigger purpose with this. I dated a policeman. He was like, yeah, with there's no police and stuff. Yeah, that didn't last. You obviously could tell, right? Like I said, I'm open. I'll try things. But no, I knew it, right? And he's like, well, who's going to keep people off the streets? And if, you know, I told him straight, I don't like the police, probably won't last, right? I'm just putting it out there, right? And obviously it didn't. But he's like, oh, you know, there's crime and all. I was like, we ain't born with crime. A baby ain't born with that crime in the brain, right? It's life. If you give them the freedom to do without the restrictions and rules of like schooling and stuff, would there be any crime in the first place? It's rebelling against. That's all it is, right? We're not stupid. We don't wake up and think we're going to murder someone. We're going to rob someone. We don't do that. Humans have not got that inside of them. It's the enslavement. It is the programs. It's all that's what people fight against. Then they put that of the police. Anyway, going down the wrong thing. I run out of fear. So this is you. You're running out of fear or feeling the real you. But like I said, you're literally carrying the devil on your back anyway, right? It's just because it's on your back, you're thinking, well, I don't need to confront it. Well, it's in you, actually. And it's not only in you, it's on your inner child. That's what it is. So this is like, you choose you, they choose you. Check out the Facebook group or just go ahead and book the counselling. I've got a massive deal on at the moment. Book counselling with someone on the subscription list and you can choose sexual mastery or the master program. Chuck that in for free, right? Twin Flame program half price at the moment. All right, so speak to you later.